All right, let me go through the rest of the prelims here. The bottom six prelims. I don't know why I did it this way, but I don't have as much to say about the rest of these fights. So I'm going to say what I have to say about the rest of them. I'm taking Dontel Mays to beat Hamdi Abdel Wahab. Whatever. It's the first time I had to say that out loud, but I wrote it correctly. And Hamdi, look, he's a guy that could take over this fight, or, could dominate this fight with grappling. I just don't see his grappling transitioning. This guy's a Greco guy, and Dontel Mays is the much more complete fighter. Not that he's going to be throwing up triangles and shit, but his hands are much better. And this is a fight in which Dontel Mays is going to get another late finish, I think. I'm predicting round 3 finish. I'm not going to be betting on that because I don't like the odds, especially the way they've swung lately in Dontel Mays' favor. But about a week ago, it would have been nice to bet on him, I'll be honest. All right, Drakkar Klose versus Rafa Garcia, I think, actually. And I'm taking Drakkar Klose. I'm taking him to win a decision. I know he produced a finish in his last fight over Brandon Jenkins, but I saw the other 20 fights of his in the UFC, and I know what to expect. Maybe he's fought 15 times, actually. He has fought for a while. But, Rafa Garcia, he's not going to be able to, this isn't Chris Gritzmacher or whatever anyway, even though he took over that fight. Drakkar Klose is a guy that's really tough to handle, really tough to wrangle, like almost impossible to wrangle and out-grapple. And on the feet, he's hell. He is hell. I know Dariush put him away, but about 30 seconds before that, or 10 seconds before that, Drakkar Klose almost put him away. Drakkar Klose, look, I don't know if he's going to be putting anybody away. Again, he's not Mr. Finisher, but he's really tough to handle. He brings that pace, and he's got excellent cardio. And this is a guy who we saw from back in his victories over Mark Giacchese, and whatever, years ago. He's a much better athlete than people give him credit for. He doesn't really look it, but he is. And I don't see him losing this fight in any way. I'd be really surprised if he did. I don't like any bets because the odds are a little too wide, but Drakkar Klose is my pick via decision. Michael Morales versus Adam Fugit. I like Morales in this fight, and I do actually like the bet. The only thing I've found available is under a round and a half or minus 125. I like that a lot. Michael Morales is one of the top prospects in the UFC, and this guy's a deadly finisher, and he's fighting a guy, Contender Series guy, on short notice. The guy is taking the fight on short notice, fighting Morales, this Adam Fugit. And Fugit's been stopped before, punches in round 1 in just seconds, and I see him being at an athletic disadvantage, and if, he's not able to slow the fight down, or even if he is able to slow the fight down, it's not going to last forever, is my point. I see him maybe having a little success in round 1 and then being put away. I think he'll be put away in round 1, but I really like the under, minus 125, and if I can find better odds, if they release the prop bets, I will be betting on Morales to win via TKO in round 1 or 2. However that would work out. Ji-Yeon Kim versus Jocelyn Edwards. This one's really tough to predict, actually. If I had a gun to my head, I'd go with Jocelyn Edwards, but it's really tough to predict. These are both really good strikers from the outside. Jocelyn's, she won a whole fight, I think, last time with oblique kicks or whatever. She's a really good fighter, and Ji-Yeon Kim is, she's scrappy as all hell, but I don't see her being able to dominate Jocelyn Edwards. I see Jocelyn being the stronger athlete, and I see her having more physicality, and plus she's got gigantic legs, which were deceptively gigantic. First time I saw her fight, I didn't realize how big she was down there, but down there, it's getting fucking weird here. But I like Jocelyn Edwards to win the fight. I think she's going to be able to muscle Ji-Yeon Kim, and if she does lose, it'll be being outstruck at range. But I'm betting on Jocelyn Edwards to find her way inside and rough Ji-Yeon Kim up. Next up, Nick Negamariano versus Ihor Poteria. Poteria. I don't know. I'm taking Nick, though. I don't trust this Poteria. Just, looking at his fights and his record. He's tough and whatever and scrappy, but Nick Negamariano is tougher and scrappier, I'm willing to bet. Just, not that he's got the most depth to his record, but anything deep has been in the UFC, and he's surprised me and then some. That win over Kennedy Nzechukwu, even though it wasn't the most impressive fight, that's a win that it's already gotten better with age, and it was just a few months ago after Kennedy Nzechukwu got his big victory over whoever the hell, Roberson. But Nick Negamariano, I got him at plus odds. Now it's almost even. I still think there's value on him. He's a guy that, will take... I don't see him losing round 2 and 3. And just about every victory of his that I see him having in the UFC will be where he wins round 2 and 3. This guy is... he's rough and tough. And I think he's a lot better than people give him credit for. Certainly than his record suggests. And it's just... there's more value on him. Every fight's a gamble and whatever. You don't know till they're in there. But as for a fighter himself, I'm much more sure of Nick Negamariano. Much more sure. So I'm taking Nick. Can't say it'll be a decision or finish. I'm inclined to say decision, but, with an unknown fighter fighting up a level here, it could go either way. Finish or decision, I'm saying. And the last fight, Orion Koche versus Blood Diamond. These Koche brothers, I don't know. I can't say I'm so sure of them, but offensively I am. They bring great grappling, and they're going to need that. He's going to need that against Blood Diamond here. Blood Diamond is the Israel Adesanya's pal there. Great striker, who I think has one TKO finish and 2 submissions or something. But as we saw in the Jeremiah Wells fight, he's everything we thought a kickboxer might be. If you expected a kickboxer to lose, it would look exactly like that. And it showed he's got a lot to work on. I'm sure he's been working on it, but there's a deficiency on the ground against these grapplers. Orion Koche's not, I don't think he's got the jiu-jitsu to run through Blood Diamond like Jeremiah Wells did. Jeremiah Wells is much more rounded, but Koche's much better at wrestling. And he's going to be using that wrestling to take Blood Diamond down. And I think if he's able to sustain it, which, a guy with his skills should be able to, he's going to produce a finish in one way or another over Blood Diamond. This isn't Philip Rowe. Philip Rowe has really good grappling and really good hands. Blood Diamond, I think, has really good hands. He's also a really good athlete. So there's a chance he follows the Philip Rowe blueprint and is able to take Ryan out after a round or two once the wrestling dissipates and he's not able to wrangle the stronger athlete. But that's not how I see this one going. I see Orion being able to take him down, and instead of the wrestling dissipating where it's not there for him in round 2, I think this will be a fight in which it only comes more easily. Some people would say easier, but it's more easily. It's an adverb because whatever the fuck. But Orion's wrestling will be there for him in round 1, absolutely, and I'm willing to bet it'll be there for him in round 2, more so than it was in round 1. When you get an inexperienced fighter like this who's, dealing with adversity and all these new, not that it's totally new, the grappling for him, but within a fight, losing a fight with grappling, it'll fatigue and discourage a guy who's not used to it. And that's what I see happening here. Orion taking over the fight. Well, really, I see him dominating the fight, but after he gets it to the ground in round 1, which could be a battle, because that's when all the athleticism and all the training is there. The sprawl and this and that and turn away and blah, blah, blah. And everything he's been practicing is going to be there. But once he gets that first takedown, I think this is a fight in which they only come more easily. So I'm betting on Orion Koche to get a finish in the middle of the fight. Can't say it'll be round 1. That's the only round in which I'm sure it won't be. Although that's a little foolish to say, but I do think you need more jiu-jitsu and wrestling to produce a finish in round 1. But the wrestling, I think it'll be enough to produce a finish in round 2 or 3. I'm not betting on either. Gun to my head, I'd go with Koche via TKO round 2. crucifix. And that about wraps it up. Hope you guys enjoyed all this shit. And I will make one more video covering all my bets. But, yeah, those are my predictions for the prelims, or most of the prelims. And I hope you guys enjoy the card. I will be back to talk to you on Sunday morning in my fucking bathrobe. Like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit.